Hey, everybody, it's just about Christmas time. Can you tell? We've got a ho 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 hat. We've got Mrs. Santa with her stuffed animal in the background. You'll meet them shortly. Make sure they have names, Alita. We want to hear what their names are. And it's a fun time of year, and I'm really excited to have Alita on. In fact, Alita, I'm going to bring you side by side with me right now. There she is. Doesn't she look so cute with her little friends? Can you give the dog a scratch for us? Look at that. She's scratching his chin. It's so easy to delight me. It's so easy. There you go. It's just, oh, that one looked really good. Anyway, so welcome. I really want to welcome all of you to I think this is our last call for the Heat team of the year. Our first call will be January 6th, just to let you know, with none other than Founders member Jennifer Myers. It's going to be an amazing call, I know. But tonight is going to be an amazing call, and I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to get to introduce Alita. And I just scratched a couple things down that I think are important to me and what I see about Alita. I don't have her formal bio, but this is what I know. I know that she's an amazing mom of 6 kids. I don't know, a grandmother of how many, Alita? I forgot that
Well,
number.
I just found out that one of my kids is having another baby, so that's going to be 22, and then my granddaughter's going to have a baby, so that'll be 23.
22 grandchildren, and it'll be one great grandchild.
Can you believe a great?
Oh, God, and I don't have any yet, but we won't go there. Okay, so all of that. And I just know what a great mother is because we've had long conversations into the night talking about our kids, their highs, their lows, and the way that Alita loves her children through all the highs and lows is an inspiration to me as a mom. She's been a life coach. She's been a personal trainer. She's been an events planner. She's a caretaker. She's a lover of life. She's an amazing leader. She's right on top of things, and she's a great leader because of her love for her group. And she's a great friend and a great confidant. I know that I can tell Alita stuff and have long, deep conversations. And I know that she keeps my secrets dear to her heart, and I really trust her. She's an amazing woman. And for tonight, I think one of the biggest things about Lita, she's fun and she's a connector and she knows how to make friends and she knows how to do this with Juice Plus and the holidays combined. So, Alita, I'm just going to turn this over to you.
Thank you, Nikki. Guy, you started making me tear up on the holidays.
Oh, yay.
I mean, this is the height of the social season, right? You're going to be seeing lots of people enjoying having fun. Remember, you can plant the seeds at parties. And when people ask you what you are up to, remember to bring in your own personal passions, whatever they might be. Let them know what you're up to and let them know, focus on one-to-one and sharing and gifting at parties. And if it's appropriate, you could talk about Juice Plus with your friends and family at a party. But if you sense they're feeling sold to, make sure to let them know what you do, but how much it's affecting people and how much you love it. I think that is really important to just share your passion. I would like to get back with you the first of the season, or first of the year in January, I usually say, because always say that now's not the time to talk about that. Let's get to partying or whatever. And I just like to also make it very comfortable for people to bridge and start having them trust me. So, so I always like to, like when you have health, and you're changing your life and that's on your mind, I would like you to come to me for that. And so when you sometimes take away a little bit of what are you doing and what are you up to, it can be very effective, but it honors people where they are. So I'm a big believer in the holidays are seed planting times. And so it's like how about the 1-2 punch, right? The calendar's the first of the year, and you can offer $10 referral coupons if somebody says, I know people that are sick. So many people are sick. You could say, I don't know if this is for you, but I just know that like I plan to send out a newsletter to all of my customers, wishing them a Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Happy New Year. And just to let them know that the first of the year is a lot of times the time when we do think about our health and do think about making changes. So I've had a lot of response on email, not on much on email, but many of my distributors tell me that that really works for them. I personally like to voice text people either on WhatsApp or instant message. I think when they hear my voice and how much I care, a lot of times that's really beneficial. So when you have, sometimes you can do fun things during the holidays, like have a jolly holiday open house, and you can invite your whole neighborhood for a quick pick me upper with maybe our complete during the day or after they've gone shopping. You could put flyers around the neighborhood and say, hey, stop in for some hot cider and have a Santa chaser, maybe vanilla with whole red strawberries to kind of represent Santa's jacket. Or a Rudolph surprise with chocolate with cherries in it, like for Rudolph's nose. And then I always have at the end of these Christmas, I always go to like TJ Maxx or as CVS Pharmacy or whatever, and I always buy these bags. And I bought these ones this year. These were amazing, and they're soft, so you can fill those with like I have in this one here, I have a shake sample, illuminate sample, a superfood sample. And it's kind of cool because if you're on the phone, you can pretty much read what's in the superfoods, right? Because it's right here. Or you can bring your bottles out. But I keep about 10 of these at my front door because I always have people that stop by. And I have my yard guys, my pool guys, my housekeepers, and I mean, I have a lot of people that will stop by and I'll always reach and give them, hey, this is so that you can remember me at the first of the year in case you want to up level your health. And so I always have those handy and they're right at the front of the door. He's not running all over the house trying to look for a brochure or, samples or something. So I think it's really important to have those. We used to do CDs. Sometimes I'll ask people, do you have a CD in your car? And they'll say yes. And so that's how I get rid of some of my CDs. But overall, I mean, my main people that really have helped me all through the year, I do give them a bonus or some other things, but I'm always dripping on them. In fact, I was talking to somebody tonight who came to one of our events that Nicole Thomas was at just recently. And she told me that she got her throat started bothering her and she took chewables. And she said, I think I want to order those. And I said, great. Do you want the trio? I always start off with the higher price point. And she goes, I am so broke right now. I can't even buy Christmas presents. And I'm like, well, then why don't you just start off with a duo? It's $56 a month for 4 months. You get shipped a whole 4 months supply and just let me know when you want to add I really am more conscious of really meeting people where they're at these days, just because I don't know where they're at, but they do. And I want to honor that. So without further ado, I'm going to do a little training tonight on 5 points that will give you a holiday kind of like a framework of how to be professional, non-pushy, and be aligned with our company that we care about so much. And I know a lot of us are frustrated, me included, that our checks have gone down and we have worried about that. And but you know what? A new year's a new year and we can start over again. And I'm just really all about being intentional on planting seeds this month. I really am just all about that. So, the first thing I want to talk about is to lead with care, not commerce, not looking for the sale. So, the holidays are about connection. It's also about stress and travel and indulgence and immunity. I don't even know how many gifts I have purchased sporadically. Just we are being sold at nonstop on social media, and our emails are flooded with. I mean, it's unbelievable how many emails we get for the best ever soap or whatever it is. I bought a shower filter. Like I never would have even thought about getting that, but I got that too. So people are being they like people like being seen and cared for. So they'll invite the conversation themselves if they really trust you. So questions to ask on this first point which is lead with care, not commerce, is how are you really feeling this holiday season? Are you feeling energized or run down? And what's been the hardest part of staying healthy lately for you? Or are you doing anything different to support your immune system right now? I am listening to them. I am not selling them anything. I don't even bring up Juice Plus. I'm just listening to them. And I really want to make that connection with those people. So the second point I want to make is share from personal experience, right? Not a script, just from my own authentic storytelling. So stories feel safe and pitches feel awkward, especially with family. So I always speak in first person, never in claims. One thing that's really helped me during the holidays is now, I shouldn't say this because I stay up really late on this month. This month is crazy for me because I get a lot done at night. But one thing that's really helped me during the holidays is really up leveling and taking a double dose of my Juice Plus whole food nutrition. I will say whole food nutrition, I won't say Juice Plus. But I noticed I wasn't bouncing back as fast, and this made a difference for me. And so, questions you can ask on how to frame it is saying, have you noticed your energy or digestion changes during the holidays? Do you ever feel like your body just needs to reset at this time of the year? I do. I don't know about you guys, but I do. So I think that sharing from your personal experience for each one of us on this call tonight is probably something different. Curiosity opens the door. Pressure closes the door. So if you can get them curious, then they're going to be more apt to give you a call after the first of the year. And you can ask that permission. And that's number 3. Ask permission before you share. Respectful communication and boundaries. So never assume interest, never assume that they're interested in what you're doing because no permission is they get resistant, right? So but even if they love you, don't assume that they're interested. And a lot of times we can all vouch for that because of our own family members, right? I always say if you can get past your family, you'll do well.
That's for
So
sure.
a simple permission phrases can be something like, would you be open to hearing something that's helped me? Or can I share something wellness related that I've been learning? Or if not, totally fine. I just wanted to ask. So this immediately removes the offense and defensiveness. So I think it's really good to just ask permission. Can I share? Would you be open? Phrases like that. So the fourth point I want to mention is to focus on education, not signing them up or getting them to be a rep or anything like that. So you want to teach without attachment. People want help, not a holiday commitment, right? They want help. I mean, I'm constantly, people are saying, do you know where I can get this? Yeah, I bought it for so and so at this store on da da da. I'm not even, I'm helping more people get presents for their family. They'll call me and say, what are you doing for, you have any 10-year-olds? Oh, yeah, I have every age. What did you get for a married couple? I got him a wind chime. I mean, people are always asking me what ideas that I've gotten for my family. So I'm giving a lot of help, but not necessarily health related. If I hear them coughing and stuff, I might say something like, "Oh, do you have a little cough?" or something like that. So my goal on this point for focus on education is to plant seeds, not harvest them. So some of the questions I ask are, do you feel like you get enough fruits and vegetables on a typical day? Not me. I've been eating sugar like I don't know what it is, but this time of the year it's like sugar. I'm even licking the bowl when I make something. Or I'll say, would it be helpful to have something simple to support your nutrition when life gets busy? Remember, I'm not saying anything about Juice Plus. Or what does being healthy look like for you right now? They're getting curious because I'm asking them questions and they're having to spit it out. They're having to say what they think, right? So the more you engage them in the conversation of health, the more they're going to buy into what you're going to want to share with them later on. So if they ask where or how, they have earned that invitation. I mean, I've earned the invitation to say more. But if they say, well, how would I do that? Or where can I get that? Or what do you think about that? Or what do you do? Or how do you get your grandkids to eat that? Then I have earned the invitation to share. Okay. So that's what I focus on for that step 4 is education. I don't even think about enrolling them at all. I'll put their name down to check back with them in January, but I'm totally of service to them. So, and then the fifth point I want to mention is to end with grace, not expectation, to detach and have a professional way of, a professional attitude. I've noticed that when I sent out an email to all of my people that have canceled, and I noticed that a couple of people have signed up before. We just ended our free Luminate and bottle that was before, and I just said, hey, I just saw that you got your order again. Good for you. This is the time of the year, and you get a free. Or I'd like to hear about your Luminate and how it's affecting you. I'm just really excited to hear that. So I have connected with that couple because they went ahead and bought. But for all these people that I'm meeting right now on the street or shopping or my neighborhood or the parties I'm going to or the Christmas pageants I'm going to, I want to leave people feeling respected, not recruited. So the way you exit a conversation determines future interest. I really believe that. So what I'll say sometimes is, hey, if you ever want more information, I'm happy to share it. Or I'll say, no pressure. I just wanted to support you. Or let's revisit this after the holidays if it feels right. This builds long-term credibility and it keeps your relationship intact. So sometimes will people like I did have somebody that says, I'm not going to take it anymore. And I could tell, even though I was on a phone call with him, that he probably felt awkward saying that. But I said, hey, no problem. But promise me that if you do want to jump back in, it's just a matter of me sending you a cart and you promise me you'll call me back, okay? And he goes, sure enough, that's great. Thank you so much. So it made the ickiness go away, it just kind of made it go away. I think I lost you guys.
No, you're here. It's all good.
Okay, great. So I think that, really is important to keep those relationships in and not, I know a lot of people say, like I heard somebody the other day said, oh, you can tell what I'm thinking because they see it on my face. Try not to let them see it on your face. Try not to just give a big smile if you're visually talking to them or FaceTiming them and just say, hey, no big deal. I'm just checking on you. I want to make sure that you're taken care of. I care about you. And so that you have those long-term relationships that it doesn't feel icky if you see them at a party or see them somewhere in the next month. Okay. You're not selling capsules during the holiday. You're offering whole food nutrition support, a bridge for people who want health but lack time, a solution for immune, energy, and recovery support. So I just think that overall it's just I know this is a little bit different than probably what you're used to hearing, but I'm a big believer in, having these things. Now for people that are leaders and you want to encourage your coach your team during the holidays, I don't know if we want to talk about that. Do we have enough time?
We have some more time, and I just want to say that most of the questions that you're asking, Alita, could be used anytime during the year. And so, why I'm saying this, yes, absolutely now. But if you didn't get down all of her questions, there were some questions tonight that I haven't thought about in a while that were worded really beautifully. And so I'm going to offer up the fact that you might want to go back and listen to the recording because there was at least a half a dozen questions that I went, bingo, that's really beautiful. Wow, that really hits the spot. That would really make me feel good. I don't know how the rest of you feel. Maybe you can give a thumbs up if you were noticing the questions were really powerful and very connected. They were really great questions. So, of course, we always record this calls. They'll be posted on the Heat team. They'll be posted on the YouTube and all of that. But seriously, there tonight there were great questions, Lead. I'm kind of blown away just a little bit. Fabulous. So if anybody has any questions or what was your how to I don't know what you last said, but we do have another 8 minutes. So is anybody
Okay, I'll talk a little bit of how leaders would coach their team during the holidays because a lot of times people have a hard. Hi, Maureen. How are you? So happy to see you and Annie. Yay. So at this time, the holidays are not a time to, I know it's hard because, sometimes the company gives us all these incentives to sell more, but I don't feel it's a time to sell more. I feel it's a time to build trust faster. I think that the holidays are an incredible time to build trust. So as leaders, we need to model calm, not craziness and urgency. I remember one of my reps said, I said, "How are you doing?" And she said, "Just hectic, hectic, hectic." And I'm like, whoa, I don't want to call you. I mean, do you say that to your people? It's just like that makes me stressful. So, and also you want to have curiosity, not convincing. You don't want to try to convince anybody. And you really, really, and hopefully want long-term relationships, not short-term volume. We all have had customers, reps, I mean, that have just had a ton of customers. You spend a lot of time with those people because they need a lot of help at that time because they're kind of ignorance on fire, right? They're just like sharing, sharing, sharing all over the place. But bottom line is that short-term volume until they understand the value of our business and our community. A lot of times the long-term relationships are the ones that you really care about. That's why I'm still here. So our job is to help our team to stay visible but not invasive, to stay helpful but unattached, stay consistent without pressure. So I think that's really one of the things that's one of the things. Another part two of this is to have, especially with friends and family, to open up wellness conversations without mentioning Juice Plus. Definitely. The holidays can be so much fun, but so exhausting. How are you feeling energy wise this season? That's kind of a cool statement to say, If they respond with stress, fatigue, tired, I'll say that makes total sense. I realize how much my body needed support during this time of the year, especially nutrition. So at that point, if they're really sharing that, especially with your friends, and it's a relationship check-in, right? You could say something like, "Would you be open to hearing what's helped me stay more balanced?" Or no product name unless invited. It feels human, not transactional. So I think do you want to take the transaction out of it, right? So for health curious people, now that was for family and friends. For people that are, and if your friends are health curious, you can say something like, "One thing I've learned is how hard it is to actually get enough fruits and vegetables in your body, especially during the holidays. Everybody's making cookies and they're so tempting, and there's nothing wrong with eating them once in a while. I don't want to be a Nazi. Like my daughter-in-law is always hiding her Diet Coke, and I'm like, I got her a Coca-Cola hat as a joke. But it's like, you don't want to feel like your nutrition slips a bit at this time of the year. I mean, that's how you actually feel. It kind of slips a bit. I mean, I'm being honest with you. It slips a bit during this time of the year.
totally?
And, especially the caramel, dark chocolate caramel or peppermint, it's like peppermint bark or so if they say yes, it does slip a bit, then these are health conscious people, right? I'll say that's exactly where I was. I found something that helps me bridge the gap without changing my lifestyle. That's one thing I always say. It does it without changing my lifestyle. If you ever want to learn more, I'm happy to share. No pressure. That's a soft close. Now, we all have heard people say, you need to be on Juice Plus. I keep telling you, you need to be on it. Come on, you guys, you don't say that. It's education first, Zero enrollment energy, okay? So after the holiday's over, your best holiday bridge, and this is best for leaders, you keep in the momentum without asking for a commitment now. I don't love making big decisions during the holidays. I just usually collect information and I revisit it in January. How about you? Have you ever thought about saying something like that? I've told so many people not to make a big decision during the pandemic, and people would move and change residences and move out of state, and then they regret it. You don't make major decisions during the holidays or during a pandemic. So you have to respect timing, and it creates a natural January follow up, right? So you could say something like, would it be helpful if I sent you something to look at when life slows down a bit? That's so non-pressure, you know? And so I think it's just really nicer to have that. And it also builds trust with your people that you care about. So with that, I just want to say that you lead with relationship, not results. You prioritize your connection over conversion. Don't convert them into a rep right on the spot. Ask questions before sharing solutions. People don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel. I'm sure you guys have all heard that before. So you want to model curiosity and just have share personally, not professionally. Use the I language. Avoid claims and scripts. It's something that sounds very trite. Speak from lived experience. Like, I noticed I wasn't bouncing back as fast. This helped me. Always ask permission. Permission builds trust. No permission equals resistance. Respect is magnetic. Would you be open to hearing? Can I share something that's helped me? Teach, don't attach. Remember education planting seeds this month. I'd love to hear if you guys had success this month in January. Because I promise you that if you took these points and you have these reframed comments or little sentences, exit with grace, no pressure, no awkward follow up, leave the relationship better than when you found it. If and when it feels right, I'm here. How easy is that to say? If and when it feels right, I'm here for you, right? This has helped during the most stressful time of the year, you guys. So I really think that that's really all I have. I just wanted to share those points with you and really know that you guys are all doing the best you can. We all are. And know that this is the time of the year when we should be enjoying one another and experiencing the fullness of what this season is all about.
Well, that was amazing, Alita. And again, for those of you that, lots of good phrases and stuff, go back and watch the rebroadcast. You can stop it, you can start it, you can take the phrases that you really liked, because all of these phrases work whether it's holiday time or throughout the year. I love that curiosity instead of conversion. I mean, there were so many quick ones that just having those maybe on a board somewhere that reminds you about being human, because that's what Alita was talking about, just being human.
Yeah.
So beautiful. And I think, somebody sent me a Christmas card. I want to grab it. I thought she wrote it. It was so much like her. And I thought, oh my God, she wrote such a beautiful Christmas card. I'm going to read it to you. And it says, and this is throughout the year, I think, every time a hand reaches out to help, that's Christmas. You could just say that's a kind person, but or that's love, but we're going to go with the Christmas theme. Every time a hand reaches out to help, that's Christmas. Every time a person chooses peace, that's Christmas. Every time we forget our differences and remember the love that connects us, that's Christmas. And I think if you go into the holiday season with that attitude of connection and curiosity and love, the seeds of that are trust, and you'll see the results in January, whether results are just a great friend or that you've helped somebody out or it results in them getting healthier. It's a win-win for everybody. So Alita, that was really beautiful, and we all thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being on. I really appreciate it. And I love seeing all of you.
Yeah. And we'll see you January 6th with Jennifer Myers. Put it in your calendar now because she's on fire with her team right now. Seriously. And she's a
And
founder.
I was going to also mention that January 10th, the company is streaming 3 hours of
Yes.
great content. So, and we can mention that too on January 6th.
Yeah,
But
that's no, let's try to remember that January 10th, it's for Pacific time, it's 9 to noon, 3 hours of what's happening in Phoenix, live streaming from those leaders. It's going to be amazing. It's in
mhm.
my calendar for Saturday morning, 9 to noon. So make sure it's in yours. All
Yeah,
right.
I hope that it's being recorded because I'm giving a baby shower that day.
Oh, I'm sure if it's streaming, well, hopefully it will be. Anyway,
Yeah, that's true. It could be.
all of you have a beautiful the rest of the season. Happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas, happy all of it. And with deep appreciation, as I know Alita feels to all of you, thank you for being on the call and supporting
Yes.
the team and supporting your family and friends.
Yeah. Thank you, team. I really appreciate y'all being on, all of you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
Merry
right.
Alita.
Christmas.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you.
Love
All
you
right.
guys.
Yeah. Merry
Love you
Christmas.
too. Bye-bye.